guys, this is the problem that I want you to try. Okay, so you're going to use the elimination method that you just watched on the previous video. So take a minute, try and work through this. Go ahead and pause the video if you haven't already. Okay, so to solve this problem, it may not always be given to you like this. So it may have been written like they may have just given you two equations and might have said 5x plus 3y equals 7 was one equation, and then they might list somewhere else the 5x plus y equals 9. So what you got to do is line them up. So we line them up, line the x's on top of the x's, the y's on top of the y's, and the number on top of the number. Now I'm going to go ahead and work this out. So you just add them. It's just like an addition problem. 5x and negative 5x is 0. 3y and y, they're both positive. So that's just like there being a 1y there. So that's 4y. And then 7 and 9, they're both positive. So 7 plus 9 will give you 16. Now because this is 0 plus 4y, the 0, these canceled. That's what you want to happen. Okay? So 4y equals 16. And I'm going to divide by 4. And I get y equals 16 divided by 4, which is 4. So that's part of my answer, right? Because remember, we're looking for an answer where we have an x value and a y value. So we found our y value. Then we just have to plug this back into one of these equations. So I'm going to plug it back into the first one. You can choose either one. I'll show y'all later how you could have chosen either one. So I'm going to plug this back in, 5x plus 3 times y. Well, we already know what y is. Y is 4. So plug that in. 5x plus 3 times 4 equals 7. And then I'm going to solve this now for x, because I still have to find my x. That's the thing about these systems. You basically, no matter what, you're going to end up solving two equations. So 5x plus 12 equals 7. I'm just solving this now. It's a two-step equation. Subtract 12 from both sides. And I get 5x equals 7 plus negative 12 is negative 5. Divide both sides by 5. And you get x equals negative 1. And so then that would be my answer. That's where these two, remember these are lines. So if I actually graphed these lines, okay, if I put them in slope-intercept form and graphed them, they would intersect at this point, negative 1, 4. Now this is the work I had previously done. So you can see, if you want to pause it and kind of look, you could have plugged it in. This was plugging it into this one. Negative 5x plus 4 equals 9. You still are going to get, you can see at the end, if you divide by negative 5, you're still going to get x equals negative 1. So it doesn't matter which equation you plug it into, you're still going to get the same answer. Okay, so now you guys just need to go fill out that completion form on Google Classroom. Let me know what you understand, what you didn't understand. Really, these are the hardest kinds of problems you're going to have. There were some problems on the PowerPoint that were a little bit more difficult, but I'm going to give you problems more like this. So if you followed this, great. And if there was something on the PowerPoint that was confusing that we didn't really go over, you can put that on the completion form. But just realize this is probably the most difficult that it's going to get. I'm not going to give you guys anything that doesn't cancel out already, okay? All right, y'all have a good day.